Hey, I'm Matt Morrett, and I'm from Lingelstown, Pennsylvania. I've been transplanted over to Perry County. I live in Marysville, Pennsylvania, which is the heart of turkey hunting. It's where a lot of things started here in Pennsylvania. And, you know, I have been very fortunate to make a living in the hunting industry, and it's all derived from turkey hunting, from calling in contests from when I was a young man to getting to travel the country and do a lot of different things. But 364 days of my life, I talk about turkey hunting, and I try to lay off on the holiday, on Christmas Day, just so my wife keeps me around, because if I did it on then, she'd probably throw me out of the house. But, you know, turkey hunting has been so important in my life, and I'm so proud to be from Pennsylvania. And I think a lot of things that have come true across this country because of the wild turkey, a lot of it has started right here in the heart of Pennsylvania. And come over to the Game Commission today to give a little bit of tips and tactics and stuff that I've learned throughout the last 30-plus years traveling the country, chasing the greatest game bird of all, and also just to try to maybe talk to some people and talk to some, you know, get through to some younger folks that might want to give it a try, because turkey hunting, in my opinion, is one of the best ways to spend any day in May in the outdoors. When you go out there and have a conversation with the gobbler and it gets you excited, you get him excited, it's not always about taking one over your shoulder out of the woods, but it's about learning from the resource that's out there. And again, I'm proud to be from Pennsylvania, and I hope that some of the stuff that we talk about today might maybe give you a little bit of extra help out there in the spring woods, and definitely get your blood boiling for this coming turkey season. All right, we're going to give the hardest call to learn how to use a try. Now, you might spit. Okay. If you got to throw up, please tell me so I can duck. But it happens once in a while. This is a mouth call. A lot of people call it a diaphragm call, what have you. Go ahead and pull yours out. And trust me, what you've learned already on the slate and box, you're good. You don't have to use this, but I would recommend getting used to it and trying with it. And if you know, the cool thing about what you've done today, you're not scared to try anything. That's cool. Most people are like timid. And all right, very simply, this is a horseshoe shape. Let me see there's see that tab there on the bottom of the frame? Mm-hmm. That goes down towards your tongue. So you want to flip it around. Okay. There you go. Now, when you put this in, you want to put it in the roof of your mouth. And with your tongue, you kind of want to lay your tongue up against the reed like that. Okay. You see what I'm doing? Mm-hmm. And you know how you clean a pair of sunglasses, you like huff the air over? That's the kind of air you want to put through it. It might buzz your tongue. I mean, it's going to feel funny if you've never tried it. So let's give it a try. Okay. So. Go ahead and put it in with a tab down, and the open end of that horseshoe faces out towards out here.
To like that.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Feel good in there?
Okay.
Okay. Now lay your tongue up there. That's okay. That's perfect. You got a sound. Most people can't get a sound. Now push your tongue up a little harder. Let me see in the top of your mouth. Just okay. And you have a small frame call, which is designed for ladies and kids, and I can tell you what you need to do with that call. We need to get a pair of scissors and cut a little bit of tape. Your palate's real narrow. It's inside your teeth. And this has to sit up in the roof of your mouth. You're losing a little bit of air over top, and it's just because the tape's not sealing. So what you want to do is, little by little, is cut a little bit of that tape off until it sits right on the roof of your mouth. Does it feel okay? Mm-hmm. You sure? Mm-hmm. You gonna throw up?
No.
Okay. when you got a sound, try to, just with what you got going, try to say the word chick. Chick, chick, chick. What you're doing is probably the best call that most turkey hunters need to learn, is not say a word after they get them to gobble, but you're doing fine. We need to trim that tape up. But again, just lay your tongue up on that latex, and you just want to, like to yelp, you want to say the word chick, okay, or you want to drop your jaw. You get a high note and a low note, something like this. And you just speed it up. Like that cluck we talked about earlier, you'd want to say like hockey puck. You want to say puck, puck.
Okay.
And to cut, you just do it a little faster. Now, when you're learning, when you start cutting and do things fast, you're going to spit all over the place. So, you know, don't.
Well, I'm glad I didn't spit on you.
No, that's fine. Trust me, I've been doing this a long time. I've been spit on before. Like the cluck will just. And when she gets more excited, be. And the thing with the mouth call, and you can watch anybody that uses one, they'll put their hand up there. It's a habit. And truly what happens is when a hen is calling to a gobbler, if you really think about it, she's calling and yelping. Her head's moving all the time. The cool thing with a mouth call is you can directionalize your call. Like if you've got a gobbler that's coming in from this way, and you keep calling to him, when he steps up and sees where that hen should be, he's looking right at you. They can pinpoint a sound. When you put your hand, when he's out of range, you can call this way or that way. That way he's coming up and he's looking. You're going to make him get a little bit closer. So you'll see a lot of people do that, and it's just a comfort level. I watch thousands of people every year put their mouth call in. Nobody puts it in and just starts calling. So you might want to use your hand as a comfort level. But the biggest thing with a mouth call, too, is practice. You got to practice. You got a sound. That's the hardest thing to get. A lot of guys, I've seen guys put it in that can't use them. They put their toothbrush in their mouth every morning and then just about throw up. Those people aren't going to be able to use a mouth call because it's just where it sits on the roof of your mouth.
Okay.
But you got a sound. Keep working on it.
All right.
And just, drive your boyfriend nuts, drive the dogs nuts, back and forth to work every day. You got a pretty long commute.
I do.
A great thing to do to kill time as this winter comes into turkey season. But you'll have it by turkey season.
Okay, I hope so.
Absolutely.